Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching me live right now, I want to say hi, how you doing, and thank you for watching. Couldn't make it to today's live stream, and you're watching this back on my YouTube channel, then once again, hi, how's your dog? Thanks for watching. Now, this stream is proudly supported by and supplied by the amazing people at 17Studio. 17Studio, check them out. It's called Cyber Love Story. Today, we're playing on the Xbox Series X. Let me tell you about this game. Remember, liking the video is great. Subscribing is even better. Thank you in advance. Reveal the secrets and find out who you can really trust. Immerse yourself in a fascinating story of Sally White, a young girl whose life turns upside down when she finds herself embroiled in a conspiracy by a mysterious organization. Who can you trust, and who is just pretending to be your friend? The main feature of the game is the ability to change the appearance and outfits of the main character, creating a unique style that will reflect her character and mood. Make fateful decisions, choosing from a variety of answers options, and determine what Sally's path will be, full of dangers, passion, and betrayal. Are you ready to reveal the secrets and write down your story? Okay, so the game features freedom of choice, influence and develop of the plot and relationships with characters, and image change, choose outfits and change the appearance of the main character. Fascinating story, immerse yourself in a world of secrets, intrigue, and unexpected twists. Atmospheric music, a unique soundtrack will create a complete immersion. Colorful graphics, styles, hand-drawn illustrations. Okay, it's a single player game. The gene is kind of like a visual novel, narrative adventure they call it, but I'm going to go with visual novel. Publisher is 17Studio, developer 17Studio, supported language English, Russian, and Spanish. It's just recently been released on June 5th, 2025. It's available for Nintendo Switch, Xbox. Let me see what else. I need to say anything else, guys. Let's check out some of the options and think about we turned the music off before we actually got in. So we've got episode 1. So all this 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 episodes. Authors, we can check out this. Developers, Onion Games. Porting is 17Studio. So I got that wrong in the description it got sent. So publisher basically is 17Studio. Developer is Onion Games team. What's pet? You don't have a pet. Okay. It makes perfectly sense. There's my wardrobe. Okay, so we obviously play as this girl, because I did say, what was her name again? Sarah White or something like that. Sally White. We can change her up. Wow, okay. Completely change her in different costumes. Go with a sporty look. Can we, okay, so there's pants. We can go all the way across. Let's have a look. Like a lab coat, going out for dinner, and change her hair. Okay, so a lot of things to do. Let's start by giving her. I like her hair it is, isn't it? Let's just check all her hair out. See, she's the white witch there. Can't really turn her around. Kind of got the Hold it, I've just kind of stuffed it up. Oh, got out of it. How do I go across? Oh, okay. So I just push across. That would make sense. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. We're going a bit pinkish. Now it doesn't want to go across anymore to the next page. Okay, so the next page you can only go to, when you're down the bottom here, you can't go to the next page. When you're up to the top, you can go to the next page. And like this. I don't know what hairstyle I want to go with. This is the white witch. Can we can change the color though, can't we? Oh, we can. We can change it to blonde, we can change it to black and white. Oh, I did it again. So, back to wardrobe. We're going to do our hair first, don't we? Because it's the main thing. Okay, so we can only change the colors like that. When you press, oh, okay. What hairstyle am I looking for? Can I change the color of the pink? I can. Blue, green, feisty red, um, black, pink. What other kind of hair do I like? Is this all going to be the same? So I can't even change the color of certain hairs or styles, I should say. Seems like this. I really don't know what color or what style. Okay, we'll go with. Oh, we're wasting time now. We'll go with the pink. Why? Because it's a little bit different. Uh Pink eye. One. What? Okay, so I'm changing. Okay, so you can do both eyes. I was gonna say I can change one color eye. What's unique? Red. What do you reckon? I'll just go normal. I think I might just go brown. Okay, necklace. We can give her earrings. Small ones. Can't really see what's going on there. We can do a couple of things. Don't like that. We'll give her those. I can't give her lipstick because she's already got it by the looks of it. Okay, so we got to go back to her appearance. Okay, so what's she gonna wear? She's got that on. Okay, so I've had multiple clothes on. Okay, so this is what her underwear. Okay, so she's got underwear on. And there's a sports bra. And you can actually, when you put it on, you can take things off. So, wow, what is that? Looks like a cardboard cutout. uh, we can change the color of that. I think I like the bra. We'll just go with the bra, eh? Wish we could change the color and just the red skirt. What do you reckon, red? Actually, let's better look at the other skirts real quick. We've got, wow, it's like a Jimmy thing going on here. Don't know what they are. Well, it kind of goes, doesn't it? We can check. Yuck, not like green. Black. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, she looks pretty good now, I don't think. Or we just leave it off. What do you reckon? We can change the color again, but it's horrible. Oh my goodness gracious me. Don't say it did. It wiped it all. Okay, let's see if we can power through this. Okay. Power. And we chose pink hair, didn't we? Eyes were brown. I do apologize for this crap, guys. Necklace, this. And lipstick, we. Oh my god, what happened then? It did it again. It did it again. What's going on? Okay, brown. Okay. How do you? Okay, so we get X's photo. Okay, that's what she looks like. She actually got a smile now. Okay, so don't press B because that's just going to wipe it off. So we're going with that look. Save. Uh, measure up to social norms. Achievement unlocked 100 Gs. Indecent. Take off clothes. So I'm indecent, am I? Okay, so if I go back and go to wardrobe, it should be saved now. It's not saved! Okay, okay. We'll do it again. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, to be perfectly honest. Ah. It's done it again. It doesn't save. Wardrobe. Okay, well, I can go through wardrobe and just check out all this crap that's already pre-assigned in random. I don't like any of it. Okay, well, what's going on with the actual? I just want a wardrobe. How do I change my wardrobe now? Because I've saved it, but in the top right hand corner, it kind of says like I didn't save it. Man, I have no idea anymore. I do apologize, guys. If you're watching me live, I do apologize. If you're watching this back on my YouTube channel, you can fast forward this. I do apologize. I don't know what's actually going on, but I can't seem to save my character. I'm going to try those earrings. Oh, I don't mind that either. What do you reckon? Yeah, I think I might keep those. Okay, so I just want to save. Measure up to social norms. Okay, so I'm not allowed to have this. Okay, so I'm not allowed to have this either? Okay, so I'm not allowed to have my underwear out. Well, no. So if I'm allowed to take the jacket off. Okay, so that's what it is, guys. Okay, so what do you reckon? Black one or there's a bit of a cyberpunk going on there. Okay, we'll just keep it like that, I think. Yes. Okay, so now we can start the game. Took ages to credit, but it wasn't 100 Gs I got to start episode 1. Well, I do apologize, but yeah, you can't have her just dressed in a bra. You just can't because the game won't allow you, which is, I don't know why. I kind of like to just dress in a bra. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's play. That's the year 2125, planet Earth. Okay, 25 years ago. Okay, we forgot to put the music on, didn't we? I knew I forgot to do something. Okay, there we go. Denver. A young woman ran to the lab painting. Professor, what's the matter? I don't know. I did everything you said. But something went wrong. How? I give you clear instructions. Maybe there was a mistake. That's impossible. I can't. See, you can't actually lower the volume of the game. It's just either on or off. It's a bit of a bummer. That's impossible. I'll go back and check. Damn it, I knew I had to do everything myself. It's getting dangerous here. I need to take the research documents and get out of here. No, not this. Present day, year 2150. Planet Earth, New Denver, 2 miles below the surface. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Scylla cursed and buried her face in the pillow. Good morning, Scylla. Is that how you pronounce it, Scylla? Don't know. Well, at least my character's, you know, the way I wanted her, but she's got clothes on. Obviously, she just woke up. She got her tights on. She's been to the gym. I don't know. While you were sleeping, I was trying to take over humanity. Some choices affect relationships with characters. Different characters require different approaches. Watch their reactions to get the desired result. Okay, so will any luck? Be careful with such jokes. Okay, we've got 100 Gs. First choice, it's called. Well, any luck? That's what we're going to go with. It's not really making me be careful with such jokes. I can't even select it. Why can't I select it? I can't seem to select. Okay, so I can go back. I can change my costume as we just go. Okay, that's better. That's not really what I wanted her to begin with, but we can just change it as we're playing. For some reason, I can't select, well, any luck, or be careful with such jokes. I don't know what that means. I'm just pressing grey corporate courage. That's B to select. Sorry, B to select. I'm pressing damn A. I didn't even read it. Do apologise. It's still early morning here, Thursday in Australia, so give me a break. I was close, but at the very last moment, I realised it was too much responsibility. I'd rather keep making your coffee in the morning. See, I'm pressing A now to make the text move along, but I didn't read that I had to press B to select. Sometimes you seem like a real human, not an AI. My program includes imitation of human traits. Relationship improved with Hugh. Okay, funny guy. This is a dude. I thought it was... Sorry. I have to get ready for work. The lab samples can analyze themselves. Celia crawled out of the bed and walked to the closet, still sleeping. What should I wear? Okay, so we could just, transfer around. So, okay, what do we get now? We got another 100 Gs for an achievement called Wardrobe. Change clothes. Yeah. Oh, hold it. I'm not really going out for dinner, am I? I feel like I'm going to a club or something like that. We'll go with that. Okay, well, now I'm ready. And so is your coffee. Thank you. The girl took a mug of hot drink from the coffee machine. After taking a sip, she was able to think clearly. Anything interesting happened while I was sleeping? You have 10 missed calls from Caroline. 10? Celia choked on her coffee, almost staining her outfit. Who? Are you sure you didn't try to take over humanity? I'm sure, however. You? I wonder what Caroline wanted. Based on the message she sent you, it appears that you took her bag instead of yours from the bar last night. No way. Celia rushed to get the bag, which for some reason was under the sink. Yeah, that's not my bag. You may want to consider reducing your alcohol intake. Okay, so fair enough. I don't drink that much. Oh, fair enough. Well, we'll come to the bar when we meet next time. Sorry, guys, something's popped on my screen for points. Assist you with that. I'd have the body too. I know, it was a joke. Relationship improved. Any other messages? There's one from Richard. He's asking you to see him first thing this morning. I bet he wants to dump tons of work on me. How's the weather? The surface temperature is 57 degrees Celsius. Sandstorms are not expected anytime soon. The city temperature is 25 degrees. The oxygen level is within normal range. Any other news? A squirrel was seen in the tunnel this morning. Really? No. You know all animals went extinct. Joking again, aren't we? I'm sorry. Customizing my base program to your preferences takes time. It was actually a mutant who got into the tunnel 129. Was it eliminated? Yes. Would you like to see the video? Yes, let's watch it. One of the lower tunnels appeared on the screen. A hunchbacked, clumsy figure emerged from the murky darkness. Celia, oh look at him, shrugged at the lights revealed the face that was barely human. Hiding its eyes from the bright light, the creature tried to sneak into the ventilation shaft. A sudden flash of light. The security team eliminated the mutant, quickly and painlessly. Celia felt pity, disgust. Pity. This creature was once human. But now any program has more intelligence. Celia, you have to go. Right. Oh, and who? Text Caroline that I'm taking her bag to work with me. Done. Well, I'm off. Have a good day. New Denver residence area were usually built top down. The upper level had parking lot with a tunnel exit, while the lower levels contained small apartments. This design allowed the city to grow not only to width, but also in depth. Celia walked up to the parking lot and got into a self-driving hover car. The car moved slightly through the dark tunnels of the underground city. The girl scrolled through the news on her tablet to pass the time on the road. One of the headlines announced the release of new models of robo-pets, robots designed to replace real pets. Need to visit the pet development department. They might have something interesting. The trip took exactly 10 minutes. The voice assistant announced the end of the route, and Celia got out of the car. She walked down the tunnel turnstiles and placed her finger on the sensor. A hologram displaying Celia's pass appeared in the air. Well, I don't look like that anymore, do I? And that writing is in... What's that in? Don't know. Russian? Is it Russian? The turnstiles slip open and with quite a hiss, allowing her to enter the lobby. Richard is probably in the lab, as always. Time to see what he has in store for me today. Celia went to the laboratory and looked inside. Nobody here. That's weird. He's usually here. A familiar face appeared from around the corner. Oh, Oliver, hi. Have you seen Richard by any chance? Hi. Why, isn't he here in the lab? No, I checked there first. Hard to believe he never comes out of there. Well, then I have to have no idea where he is. I see. I guess I have to look around for Richard myself. Where could he have gone? Warehouse, the rest area. We'll go to the rest area first. Hold up, we're going back now. The rest area. Maybe he decided to go have a rest. Well, there is no one here. And why would I look for him during the hours? I'll check the warehouse. Okay, where to look next? Sample compartment or equipment compartment? Sample. Perhaps new samples of research have arrived. Celia checked the sample compartment. There he is. Her boss stood with his back to her, but she still recognized him from his messy hair. Good morning. I was looking all over the block, and we're here the whole time. You were here the whole time. Good morning to you too. Relationship improved? I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Got swamped with work. Don't worry. Why are you working on today? What are you working on today? Let's take these boxes in the lab first. Can you give me a hand? Yeah, sure. Celia took one of the boxes and together they went to the lab. Put it on the table, please. So, what's the job? These are the samples from tunnel 245. We need to let's test them. It looks like there's a black mold in there. Black mold? Celia looked into the box in horror. Black mold. The mold that appeared out of nowhere 25 years ago and spread across the planet, devouring everything in its path, like a swarm of locusts. The mold that drove humans to the ground. The mold that could easily destroy all life that people have worked so hard to build in New Denver. Okay, so who found it? How did it get here? All right, I'll test the samples. Can it spread further? No. Don't worry, the security team found this mold hotspot just in time. Who found it? No one. The automatic mold detector went off. Richard doesn't seem particularly worried about the situation, which helped to ease Celia's worries. Thank you. Celia donned protective gloves, placed the first sample under the microscope and began her work. She got engrossed in the process and completely lost track of time. Second sample, third, fourth, the whole world shrank to the size of a lab table and dark spots on their glasses. Boom! Celia jumped on the chair, almost dropping the sample she had holding. Working hard, huh? Didn't even notice. It's Caroline. She's all dressed up, isn't she? There, hi. You scared me. Hello, princess. Caroline leaned over a bit and pecked Celia on the cheek. I've been standing here for a few minutes, but you've been too busy to notice. I had to take extreme measures. Yeah, right. I thought you'd come to see me. Sorry, I wanted to, but Richard dumped tons of work on me. Time for exchange. She took Celia's bag off the shoulder and held it in her hand, swinging it back and forth. And where's mine? Celia pulled her finger's bag out of the desk drawer. Why do I have the feeling that you weren't going to something illegal? Shh. Caroline playfully put her finger to her lips and looked around in a funny manner. Are you going to lunch? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I promised to do security update before lunch. Next time? Alrighty. Caroline hugged Celia, grabbed the bag, and walked out of the lab. As soon as she was gone, Richard came up to see Celia. Well, did you check the samples? Yep, it's black mold. Omega suspicious, spreads very fast, but it's a little weird. Here, take a look. Richard put on protective gloves and leaned over the microscope. He carefully studied the sample for a few minutes. Yes, it is weird. Looks like it's mutated. I'll make a report. Richard. Yes? Are you going to lunch? Is it lunchtime already? Yep, don't know about you, but I'm starving. I guess we're working too much to becomes a habit. Well, let's go then. Celia took off her gloves, tossed them on the table, and went to lunch with Richard. Today, Celia opted for a synthetic pork steak. Richard chose a soy cutlet with vegetables, but would occasionally cast envious glances at the girl's plate. Meat production was expensive, so few people could afford meat dishes, let alone steaks. They sat down on the comfortable couches and began to eat. Want to talk about mutants or personal? Personal. How was your weekend? Weekend, huh? It was fine, why do you ask? Really? What were you doing? Did you go anywhere? Oh, no, no, no. I just worked. I think you work too much. And how was your weekend? Caroline and I went to the VR club. Caroline is the girl who came into the lab today. Yep. Doesn't she work in cybersecurity? Yeah, but don't let her scare you. She's actually very nice. But if you're not using multi-faction authentication, she better not know about it. Huh, so? Does she know you regularly go out the coffee without locking the computer screen? You're not going to tell him on me, are you? We'll see. The pleasant conversation made time fly by, and before they knew it, the lunch break was over. You going back to the lab? No, I need to go to the warehouse. I'll see you later then. Celia entered the corridor leading to the lab. Who's that? A boy about 7 years old was creeping along the wall. Hey kitty, are you lost? The child turned towards the voice and looked in fear across his face. He darted forward, still making no sound, and disappeared around the corner. Some choices increase your courage and will infect the story. What should I do? Go after the boy or go back to work? Go after the boy. Celia rushed after him. Got a plus for courage? Someone brought their son to work? But that's forbidden. She almost fell, her shoes slipping on the polished floor. At the end of the corridor, around the corner, was a locked door. Where did he go? Celia stopped in confusion and looked around. How could he? The door unlocked and opened, letting Professor Cooper into the corridor. Professor, have you seen a boy in here just now? Oh man, he's a creepy looking dude, eh? A boy. Miss White, there can be no children here. Okay guys, just a second. I'm just going to go back to the stuff that I was reading at the start. Okay, immerse yourself in a fascinating story of Sally White. It's Celia. The game is Celia, but the description I've got, I'm reading it right now, the description. It says Sally White. Her name is Sally. That's what I was thinking. Where do I get Sally from? And now I realise the description that's on the Xbox information that I've got sent to me about this game, Sally. It's Sally. It's against the rules. I know, but I just saw a boy in the corridor. He ran this way. I didn't see anyone. Perhaps you should stop smoking all that synthetic rubbish in the clubs. But I'm not. Excuse me, I have to do work. Professor Cooper hurried away, leaving Celia, aka Sally, confused. Strange. Am I really just seeing things? Alright, time to get back to work. Celia returned to the lab and put the mold samples back in the box. A strange gasp from the side and suddenly a new container clattered onto the table. New soil samples from the surface. Just when I thought the main part was done. Sorry to disappoint. Richard smiled and went back to his desk. The rest of the workday was like the rubber sample from Lab 13 when it stretched. Just as endless. Celia glanced wistfully at the clock every 10 minutes. Analysing soil samples was her last favourite part of the job. The results were always the same. Planet Earth was uninhabitable. When it was finally 6 p.m, the girl jumped out of her seat and... seat, as if it was a spring had been released beneath her. See you tomorrow, Rich. See you? Richard was hunched over his computer, trying something and looking laser focused. His face looked even more exhausted than a blue light on the screen. Richard's probably going to stay late again. I would never be able to work so much. Celia took a deep breath of sweet freedom and she stepped out of the lab. Celia, honey. Mom? Sigourney Weaver. Looks like her. Sweetheart, how are you? I'm fine, just really tired. Did Richard swamp you with work? Yeah, and I didn't even go to the break room today. Can you imagine that? Erica laughed warmly, then replied with a mysterious smile. Want me to fire him? And I'll take his place? No, you're working under Professor Cooper's supervision. Ooh, no way. He's such a bore, and it sounds like he's with the lips with his thinking. Look at her, so choosy. And how was your day? It was good. I gave an interview to NDN. It'll be in the morning news tomorrow, if you're interested. I'm sure to be watching. Unable to hold back a yawn, Celia covered her mouth with her hands. Alright, go home, my hard-working bee. Yep. Bye, Mum. Erica hugged her daughter and patted her on the back. See you tomorrow, dear. Going home at last. 10 minutes later, the girl arrived at a small yet cozy apartment in the upper zone of New Denver. She collapsed onto the bed and closed her eyes, the light above her being too bright. Turn down those lights. We can just change her wardrobe up now. We can just... Because she's at home now. Oh, come on, I'm at home. Surely I can... Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Done! What do I want? Have a drink. Here, pour me a drink. Have a rough day? Some of the choices increase humanity. Let's talk. Been working with black mold samples all day. I have no idea how they got into the tunnel in the first place. What if we have it here too? If I find any, I can burn this place down. Hugh's voice was calm with a trace of sarcasm. Are you trying to be funny? Yes, you didn't like it? That's something to work on. But keep on your head up, I believe in you. But I have no head. It was a metaphor. I know, if you're trying to work my sense of humor, just like you said. Ha! Not bad. I think the problem is that we're too calm and serious when you say it. How do you do it? Hard to explain. It depends on the situation and the joke. Try to smile when you're making a joke. Alright, Celia. You want a drink? Yep. I'd remind you that drinking alcohol is bad for your health. Got it. What drink would you like me to make? Plasma Pulse, Vermis Swell, or Cyber Cascade? I'm going to go for the Vermis Swell. I think that's kind of a relaxing one. The girl felt presently dizzy after a few sips of Vermis Swell. The best cure of stress. Celia made herself comfortable in bed. She tucked the pillow under her back and covered her legs with a blanket. Celia looks like she has come back to the lab. Why is that? I found black mold here. What? Where? According to the scan data, it's in your bag. You must have taken it from the lab by mistake. No way. I would never put mold in there. Celia rushed to her bag and emptied the contents onto the bed. And there it was, among the cosmetics, hairpins, and other stuff, a glass speckled with black threads. In case you don't know, kleptomania is a disorder. The code for it is F63.2. I can fit seeing the therapist into the schedule. Oh, just shut off already. How could it happen? Maybe we just leave it here until tomorrow. Do you really want to keep this deadly sample in your house? I thought better of humans. Okay, just relax. I'll return this disgusting thing back. Don't want to tarnish my reputation in the corporation over such a minor issue. Good luck. The tunnel leading to the research facility was silent and empty. Even through New Denver, never saw the sun. The people here still preferred working during the day and the rest of the night. 20 years was not enough for them to forget the daily rhythms. Okay, I wonder when we'll become real underground dwellers. When we'll stop adjusting to 24-hour cycles and we'll never return to the past life on the surface. I think we will. The corporation will find a way to bring the Earth's surface back to normal. Thanks to its parents, Celia had the high-level security clearance, so the turnstile immediately let her in. She hurried to the warehouse, feeling anxious, and her heels echoed down the corridor. She didn't want to get noticed and had to explain what she was doing here after hours. I'll just put the sample back, that's all. And how could it get in my bag? Celia found the thermostat she needed and placed the sample in an empty cell. Done, now I can go. A vague shadow flashed nearby. Huh? Someone pulled her close and covered her mouth. Celia struggled, trying to break free, but the stranger's grip was too tight. A deep, soothing voice whispered, "Shh, relax. I'll let you go and now explain everything. Just don't scream, alright?" Okay, trust him? Not if you agree. Celia nodded, cautiously. The arms around her waist loosened and she stepped back from the stranger. It's a ninja. Who? Still catching her breath, Celia pointed at the stranger. Who the hell are you? Call security. So, I'll get out. Not sure about you. Got an explanation for what you're doing here? Might need this for security. Oh, if you find out about the mold sample, they're definitely prime money to me. Fine. So who are you? The girl crucially accepted the tactless stranger. He was obviously trying to remain incognito, dressed in a normal black suit and wearing a mask to cover his face. Only those bright green eyes watched Celia intensely from beneath the bushy eyebrows. My name doesn't matter right now. I want to show you something. You can draw your own conclusions. Watch the button, but first turn on your communicator. Alright, Celia gave the stranger a suspicious look, but turned off the device anyway. Now we can go. He ducked into the corridor, dragging Celia behind him. Take off your shoes or something, even death robots can hear those noises. Let me remind you. Quiet. The guy led her down a familiar hallway as soon as they were at the lab door. Stay here and listen. I don't like this. Richard is still at work. That's just so him. Celia heard a sign of annoyance. Since when do you care about ethics? Since now. Anyway, this conversation makes no sense. What's this all about? And who is Richard talking to? Do you know him? No, but he's listed to a database as a corporation supplier. Supplier of what? Shh. I could just tell anyone what's going on. You and I both know exactly how this is going to end for you. Pete, don't you really care? All I care about is the result. Besides, you've forgotten our agreement. Have you? There was a long silence. I think you understand. Yes. So I'm waiting. And the sound of approaching footsteps, the stranger pulled Celia into the dark corner. Idiot. Pete walked past them, grinning, and disappeared around the corner. Phew! The girl's heart pounded madly in her chest. Only now that Celia realized that her entire body was pressed up against the stranger. Stay still. She looked up and met his green eyes. He smiled like he had just taken an iconic shower, fresh in ozone setting. With a single movement, he pushed Celia aside and carefully surveyed the corridor. To the stranger interestedly, "Can you be any ruder?" "Oh, I'm sorry, my lady." There was a hint of mockery in his voice, the sound of something crashing across the sound lab, and another one. Is that Richard destroying the equipment? Then everything went quiet. Richard popped out into the hallway, breathing heavily. He rushed past without noticing Celia and the stranger hiding in the shadows. I've never seen him like this. As soon as Richard was gone, the stranger slipped out of the hiding place and entered the lab. "Hey, what are you doing?" "So where are you going, sorry?" Celia hurried after him. "Why don't you explain something to me?" But the guy just put his finger to his lips and walked to the other room, into the room. He attached some kind of device to the main computer and started typing something really fast. "What are you doing?" "Just leaving the door open." "What? What door?" For a moment, the lights flickered. "What was that? What did you do?" "Never mind." "You're not going to tell anyone, are you? Besides, I just helped you out of deleting all data about the nightmare visits." "Oh, really? This shows you're the useless, and you know that the cryo-gen is the best security system. There's no way you can hack into it." "If you say so." He didn't even try to hide sarcasm in his voice. "Here, take a look." The morning news video appeared on the screen. Fighting back the anxiety, Celia stepped closer. A tunnel, the security team rumbles, a hunched figure. But something was different now, not like in the news. Rags, the creature was wearing clothes. The stranger zoomed in the fragment and Gel took a closer look. Instead of an awful ugly mug, there was a wrinkled face and a big sunken eyes. The man slowly raised his moldy hands and screamed, "Don't shoot!" His horrorous voice echoed through the tunnel. A flash. He was gone. Celia stepped back. She could still hear the desperate scream in her head. Did it talk? Slowly recovered from the shock, she said, "It's a fake." "Are you sure?" Criminal organizations fake real videos from tunnels to create carriers in society. There are special programs for that. I heard about that on the news. And about what conversation your colleague had with the supplier. Nothing suspicious about that. Well, totally confused on what was going on, Celia got angry. "Look, what do you want from me?" "Well, we don't want to be your eyes and ears for the corporation." "What? Who's we?" "And why me?" "Because you work here, it's easy for you to do stuff to sniff things out. Because your family is respected in the cryo-gen, which means you won't arouse suspicion. Finally, we have reason to believe that you're agreed to help us." The stranger looked Celia straight in the eye with challenge. "Now it's up to you to decide which side you're on. But keep one thing in mind, the Greys won't leave like that." "The Greys?" Someone's footsteps echoed down the corridor. "If you don't believe me, figure it out for yourself." With those words, the stranger ran out of the lab and disappeared into the darkness. "What? Damn it!" Celia trembled. She felt fear. Her insides twisted and thought that she would as new as she might have done with a big lie. "I can't just pretend like nothing happened. But what should I do?" Some of the choices increase corporate and grey stats. Choices suit you best. "I will help." "Will help." If everything that showed me is true, then I must help. I will never forgive myself if I do nothing. But I have to check everything first. The footsteps out the door brought Celia back to reality. She ducked under the table just before the door slid open. The girl crucially appeared from a hiding place, holding her breath. Rich. He went straight to his computer. Click, click, click. In the silence of empty room, each click echoed loudly. A minute passed, then another. Celia gritted her teeth. Her body curled into an uncomfortable position under the table, almost went numb. Finally, with a sad sigh, Richard left the lab. Maybe you should follow him. She kicked off her shoes and ran into the hallway. The metal floor burned her bare feet with cold, making her shiver. There he is. Staying close to the dark corner, she followed him for a few minutes. Celia Bear knew the sector. What was he doing here? Suddenly, Richard turned to the side corridor. Damn it. Afraid of losing him, the girl ran up. Cautiously, Celia peeked around the corner and saw a huge room. Richard stopped in front of the door and at the other end of the room and placed his finger on the sensor. The door unlocked and he stepped behind it. The girl looked confused at the faintly glowing numbers. Lab 8, never heard of it. What do I do next? Try to go through the door? Go back to lab. The girl approached the door and put her finger on the sensor. With a harsh sound, the lights turned commercially red. The door did not open. But I have level 8 security list. This is supposed to be the highest level of clearance. Maybe the door was malfunctioning. She tried again, but the result was the same. Something is not right here. Alright, I don't have time for this now. If anyone sees me, I'll be in trouble. I better go back to the lab and check Richard's computer. The laboratory was quiet and empty 10 minutes ago. Celia ran to Richard's computer. Look at that. As he says I am the one who never locks his screen. She started going through the files. Nothing in here. Not here either. Research reports on surface samples. Nothing special. Celia bit her lip painfully. God, I don't even know what I'm looking for. A cold voice came from behind. What are you doing here? Damn it. I'm screwed. The end of episode 1, guys. Okay, so how do we save? Can't save? Does it automatically save? Okay, so there we go. Let's turn the music off. So we got through episode 1 of the Cyber Love Story. What do we think about it? I quite actually liked it. It kind of made me kind of read fast though, because the text comes up really fast. You can, however, show text by words and whole, so you can kind of adjust it. Don't know if it's going to make it slower though. But overall, it's a decent game. Visual novel, choice visual novel, like an adventure visual novel. So all your choices, we're going to give you multiple endings. So replay value is there as well. I'm going to give the game a 7 out of 10. Quite liked it. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for calling past today's live stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching this back on my YouTube channel, liking is great. Fantastic if you can subscribe. Help my channel grow, and I thank you in advance. Once again, big shout out to 17Studio for sending me this game to stream for my fabulous viewers out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you take care of yourselves and ones you love. Don't forget to feed your pets. Remember, the name's Marley. Say hi to your dog for me. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.